Apparently this is an ad for a baby rectal thermometer. This is the closest your husband's going to get to a threesome.
What?
And this is an ad for a baby rectal thermometer that goes in the baby's, well, they bump. So this whole controversy was brought up to me on a video on TikTok. I saw somebody talking about it, and this was the first ad that they had brought up in their video, and I was like, this has to be a one-time thing. Well, I promise you, this is not a one-time thing, and it actually goes much deeper than this. So strap up, buckle in, and we're gonna explore how gross and weird Frida Baby has decided that their marketing and ads need to be. So just to get a quick jump on the brand Frida Baby, they're known for their focus on relieving parents of the stress of babies and being a parent. So a lot of their products are innovative. As a parent myself, their products are super helpful and they're really genius. It makes me sad that we have to go through this. Why do children have to be sexually exploited? I don't even think I have to mention how ill-timed all of this news is, considering all the Epstein files that just got released and how the demonic baby eaters and pedophiles are running this country. And apparently Frida Baby has been using this type of marketing for their products for years, and people are just now waking up about it. And I think it has to do with a lot of the talk of the Epstein files, which honestly a lot of parents should be concerned. Don't get me wrong, their ads are gross, but what's even nastier is that it's actually put on their products boxes. This is a box for, I believe it is another thermometer, and it says on the side, how about a quickie?
What?
I understand this stuff is supposed to be funny jokes for the parents, but it feels a little uncomfortable that it's being used on a product that's marketed towards babies, and it's basically saying like, here, how about a quickie for your baby? Okay, Mr. Epstein. Here's another product's packaging that also has another innuendo, which says, I get turned on easily. Frida Baby obviously gets turned on very easily. In fact, they get so turned on that they can't help themselves from making a sexual reference on pretty much all of their products. We've also got the packaging on a product for a nose sucker to like get rid of mucus and snot, and it says on the side, I am a power sucker. Okay, thank you Frida Baby for letting us know that you are a power sucker. And I don't think that sexual innuendos and children's well-being go together very well. I just don't think those things are a match made in heaven. So here I'm looking at a TikTok by Bar Double K Katie. They had at the beginning, size matters. We've got that big missed energy. WAP, wet ass poops, which, okay, for one, we already knew what WAP was when the whole WAP thing was big, and we know it stands for wet ass punani. Now they're going to use the phrase WAP in a baby ad for wet ass poops. We all know that that's not what WAP stands for, and we know, and we already know what everybody's gonna think when they see WAP. As we continue on, we've got it's getting hot in here. Okay, you know. Oh wait, you know what? I just noticed when it said it's getting hot in here, the caption is, hey mom, what is nightstand top drawer worthy, battery operated, and comes in clutch when things are hot and steamy? So they are comparing this product, which I believe is a thermometer of some sort, to a vibrator. Okay, at first I was like, okay, it's getting hot in here, that's not too bad. But then I was like, oh, how can it, you know, how can they make this bad? And they made it bad. And I get it, it's supposed to be funny, but like, these are baby products. It's not really that funny. The one that I found most disgusting is this next slide here. What happens when you pull out too early? And it has a picture of a baby with snot that went up his face from the nose, Frida. This is just absolutely disgusting. I found this one completely tasteless, completely horrible. You obviously know what this picture looks like, and they're making the joke, what happens when you pull out too early?
What?
As an adult, you know what happens when you pull out and something gets on you. That is what this is supposed to look like, and this is absolutely disgusting. It actually feels wrong, and it almost feels nauseating looking at this picture. I think that this one alone should have put somebody in jail. I think this one's disgusting. I think it's tasteless, and I honestly felt like this was the most sick out of all of them. Whoever's baby this is, they should be furious. Okay, so this one's a nasty, dirty diaper, and the caption says, top windy pro tips to tap that ass and sometimes even poop. They're like basically saying tap that ass, but they're going to put a G for gas, but it's disgusting. So what I'm looking at here is not only did they decide their digital marketing was going to be absolutely inappropriate and disgusting, they were like, hey, let's make it even better and let's put it on the boxes of our products. That way people can really see in physical that we are disgusting and we love making sexual jokes on children's products. What the hell, Frida Baby? What the heck? I'm looking through some of the comments here. Yeah, they agree with me. The pull-out one actually turned my stomach. Oh my God. Same here. The threesome one? Hello? Police? Yes. FBI. Open up. This sucks. Frida was the brand I was saving up for when we decided to get pregnant. I did so much research on their products and they seem truly amazing. Ugh. And that is the terrible thing about brands like this is for what great products you have, you really want to tarnish your name with this marketing. I don't really understand who thought this was a good idea. Okay, here's one that's related to how I was referencing the Epstein files. Frida is probably in those files seeing these, to be honest. Like, yeah. We need to get some of the top names at Frida and make sure they won't on that island. Jeffrey Epstein ended up with Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. So as you can see, everybody on TikTok has been bringing this up. That's how it was brought to my attention. As I said, you were wondering, how many people does this have to go through where they think this is okay? Somebody on Twitter or X now decided to actually look into who was the head of marketing and who like does all of their like ads and social media and product marketing. So we've got this post at Frida Baby. You have some sick and twisted people on your team. Here we've got Brian Bird, director of packaging, and I thought this was funny. He says, quote, the hardest thing about being a parent are the kids. So basically you're saying, hey, children are a burden. Get these out of here. Ship them off. Let's joke about having a threesome with them. That'll make parents totally have an easier life. So Aaron Camello is the package design production manager. So this guy was like, hey, these packages, those jokes are really funny, guys. They really get my boner up. Adam Gagliardio, who was marketing strategy. So his strategy is to make as many babies and parents uncomfortable as possible and to see how long he can get away with being a total creep. So Brian Bird, he is the director of packaging, the one that hates his kids. He decides, well, I think the packaging's great. I think we should talk about giving babies quickies. I think we should tell how we're a power sucker, you know, blah, 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 blah. Congratulations, Mr. Director of Packaging. You directed the shit out of that. You did a great job. You really made everybody at Frida Baby look totally not like a creep. So now you're thinking, obviously somebody's had to have reached out to them and gotten a response, but one person actually emailed them, and I've got a screenshot from the response that they got back from Frida Baby about everything that was going on. So I want you guys to take a look at this. They basically messaged Frida Baby talking about, why do you think this is okay? Why are you making these sexual jokes on baby products? And this was their response. Hi, Madison. Thanks for saying something. Frida has always used humor to talk about the stuff no one else wants to. Yeah, nobody wants to talk about having a threesome with babies. Postpartum recovery, rectal temps, blowouts, the real parts of parenting. Parts of parenting that do not include making sexual jokes about your baby, unless you're a creep. The goal is to make hard or awkward moments feel a little less heavy. That said, humor is personal. What's funny to one parent can feel like too much to another. We're never trying to offend, push boundaries for shock value, or make anyone uncomfortable. I disagree. The references you mentioned were written for adults. Our products are for babies, but our voice is for the grown-ups buying and using them. Still, your reaction matters. We really appreciate longtime supporters like you. I'm sorry this changed how you feel about us. I'll make sure your feedback gets in front of the right team. Thanks again for taking the time to reach out. So basically, in summary, oh haha, we're just joking. If you can't take it, we're sorry. I like how they say, humor is personal. What's funny to one parent can feel like too much to another. I don't know many parents who think saying that you're going to include your baby in a threesome is funny, or having a picture of them looking like they just got a on their face. Nor do I know many parents who think, how about a quickie when you're talking about your baby is funny. I personally wouldn't find it funny, and if anybody talked about my child like that, I would murder them. I'm just saying, it's gross, it's disgusting, and the only people I think that would find this product packaging funny is Jeffrey Epstein himself and everybody else who was on that island canoodling with him. I like how they also said, we're not trying to offend, push boundaries for shock value, or make anyone uncomfortable. They might not be trying to offend, but they were definitely trying to push boundaries. I cannot believe that they would say they weren't trying to, because they definitely were pushing boundaries, because you know for a fact that there are no baby brands out there making sexual jokes, like bottom line dirty sexual jokes on their products. So you were definitely pushing boundaries. There's no doubt about that. If you weren't pushing boundaries, we wouldn't even be here talking about it today. And then how they're talking about or make anyone uncomfortable. Well, congratulations, Frida Baby. I think in actuality, you've managed to make every single person who's just now realized, okay, this is what I'm looking at, they're all uncomfortable. So thank you, Amber from Frida Customer Support, for admitting that you think this is funny. And if anybody else gets it, then hey, whatever. Haha, sorry. So I just want to put this out there too. I've seen a lot of people saying that their packaging has been like that for years. Now, I'm not completely sure. I haven't been able to really get a grasp on how many years or how long the sexual jokes and innuendos have been happening with the Frida Baby brand, but I feel like it can't have been happening that long for it to really just start to accumulate into a big fire of social media storm now. But I will say, if it has been going on for a while and people are just now picking it up, it probably has a lot to do with, I'll bring it back again, the whole Jeffrey Epstein files and the island of pedophile demon worshippers who are huge pedophiles who have already been proven to be doing disgusting acts to children and babies. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that people are like really opening their eyes and they're saying, wow, all of this pedophilia and nasty, disgusting things with children, it's a lot closer to our home than you think, and it's everywhere. The more these Jeffrey Epstein files come out and the more we talk about this, the more it's going to come to light that brands like Frida Baby and other brands support this stuff too. They're not going to put it in your face, but Frida Baby sure as hell would love to put it out in the open for everybody to say, hey, we are creeps. In my personal opinion, I don't know what I have to say about it. What they do is they bring it out in the open and mock and make fun of it to the masses to see how much they can get away with. Put it right in our face and see how far they can push the limit before people start getting gawky and uprise about it. They've been desensitizing us to all this behavior for so long to where people aren't picking up on it like they should. But now we're really picking it up because these things are coming to light and people are finally waking up and saying, wow, now I can look at these things a different way. In my opinion, this Frida Baby thing is just a way for them to put it right in our faces and be like, look, we're joking about this huge issue that nobody's taking care of, that nobody even cares about, right? Like, look, we support pedophilia. We love diddling babies. We're like the Diddy Mons. And we're just going to put it right in everybody's face and joke about it. That's what these rich and powerful people do. And that's what these big brands do. They put all of these messages and gross things in our faces to try to see if we can pick it apart. And they just do this to mock us and laugh at us because they're like, hey, what are you going to do about it? You're still going to buy our products. And you know what? The more we push this stuff and get people okay with it, then maybe everybody else will be okay with giving babies quickies too. No, this is disgusting. Nobody supports it. A lot of people are saying, I'm not buying Frida Baby products ever again. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Next time I'm out shopping for baby products for my 3-month-old, I definitely won't be buying a product that talks about giving him a quickie. I definitely won't be buying products that think that he should be involved in a threesome with me. I definitely will not be buying products that would be okay with putting his face on an ad and making a disgusting sexual joke about it. Not happening. So my final thoughts on this whole issue is, one, disgusting. It makes me sick to my stomach that this is even a thing and that this is even happening. But really, people are just straight up putting it on products and just shooting it out there. Like, they're not even hiding it anymore. And like, the Epstein files are coming out, everything's coming to light, and they're trying to desensitize us. They're trying to make it okay, it's not okay. And they're just shoveling this stuff out there. And Frida Baby's just decided to just plaster it right on their products. They don't even care anymore. They don't care to hide it. They don't care to hide that they're creeps. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would you guys buy Frida Baby again? Did you guys have any idea this was going on? And what do you feel about everything that's going on? I would love to hear your opinions. I would love to see what other people think. And I would love for somebody to point out some things that even I didn't touch on. Open my mind. I want to know what everybody's got to say. And if you enjoyed my thoughts in this video, I would really love it if you could hit that subscribe button and like this video. Maybe share it with your friends, share it with people who don't know about this disgusting thing going on, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you can see when I upload my next video. So I want to do everything from like movies and entertainment that I like to videos I find crazy on social media. If you guys would love to hear me talk about my opinions or talk about the things I like or love or anything, etc., if you enjoyed this video, stick around. I would love to have you guys along for the ride. I want to grow this channel. I want to grow with you guys, and I want you to come along for the ride, and I want you guys to be my friend. I'd love it if you stick around, and I will catch you on the next video.